Good morning, ultimate hustlers and digital empire builders. It is that time for the Cortez Hustle Show. And today we're talking seven-figure mindset. Found an article on entrepreneur.com that lists 11 mindset shifts needed to scale to seven figures and beyond. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. So do me a huge favor, comment in the chat where you're from, drop the name of your business and or your brand and smash that share button, ladies and gentlemen. You do not want to miss this episode. If you have a business of any kind and you're trying to grow that business, you need to develop a particular set of skills, a particular mindset in order to make that happen. And we're going to help you with that today. So let's get to it. Yo, what's up, ultimate hustlers, and welcome to the Cortez Hustle Show, the business podcast for the entrepreneur of the 21st century. And I'm your host, Cortez Hustle. Our goal is to give you a behind-the-scenes look at how the world's greatest hustlers build amazing brands, scale their businesses to incredible heights, sell more, make more, and create mass movements that impact the world. It doesn't matter if you're a seasoned vet or you're sitting on the sidelines with aspirations to one day unleash your inner hustle. This show will provide the insights into how pure grit, determination, and hard work has morphed into some of the most iconic brands and personalities and how they are moving the culture forward. You'll get a mix of solo shows featuring yours truly, as well as interviews and content from other hustlers that I either know personally or I've learned from or whose grind I've come to know and respect. And you'll also get exclusive recordings from our membership called Monetize My Life Academy, which you can check out at monetizemylifeacademy.com. That's a program where we go live every month with some of the best hustlers on the planet, sharing best practices on how we all can explode our brands with advanced branding and marketing tactics, business development strategies, and financial game planning necessary to build the empires we all desire. Again, that's at monetizemylifeacademy.com. If you like today's episode, chances are the hustlers you're connected to will like it as well. Share it with those in your network. And when you do, use hashtag Cortez Hustle so I can see you and hopefully give you a shout out and share you in my stories. So check out today's episode and make sure you subscribe to the feed on your favorite podcasting networks. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Cortez Hustle Show. I am, of course, your host, Cortez Hustle, also known as the one and only financial health mentor, coming to you live and direct from the Black Bear Success app studios right here in St. Louis, Missouri. If you're not familiar with the Black Bear Success app, it is the all-in-one sales and marketing platform specifically designed for small businesses and solopreneurs. It is literally like having an admin team and a sales force all in one for $97 per month for a limited time. So if you are not familiar or you want to get a schedule a demo, then text keyword black to 314-866-4053. Again, text keyword black to 314-866-4053. So you can check out a demo and even book a call with yours truly to see if this is going to be a good fit for you. It adds the right amount of automation with your personal touch and makes for an amazing platform for those of you who are looking for a platform to grow and scale your business. We're talking 11-figure mindset, 7-figure mindset, 11 mindset shifts that you need to make in order to grow your business to seven figures. Comment in the chat where you're from, drop the name of your business and or your brand, and smash that share button, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to know a little bit about your business and or your brand. So don't hesitate to say what it is that you do. Just do not post any links because Facebook don't like all those links all over the place, taking people away from Facebook for those of you who are watching us live on the Facebook stream. A couple quick announcements before we get rolling. Really, there's just one main announcement. Is if you are an author, if you know a self-published author, then I am actually building free sales funnels for published authors if they subscribe to the Black Bear Success app. That's right. You get the app and we build you a amazing sales funnel. In fact, let me just give you an example of what a sales funnel could look like for your book. A lot of people think that they're going to make a gazillion dollars with their book, and they could, but not through book sales alone. You should have some other things to follow up your book. So if I jump over to screen share real quick, and what you'll notice is that this is a book sale book funnel for one of my books, the Lead Generation Ninja, which teaches you, of course, how to generate leads. So you get your professional book funnel just like this, but not just to sell your book, ladies and gentlemen. You should be selling your book, but also while you have a captive audience, you should also have other offers. So I will, this funnel includes a one-time offer as well as a down sell to that one-time offer, all built within the same funnel. And they all lead to a membership area where you can fulfill and get people the products and services that they have bought for you. So if you are a published author and you need a system that will help you make more sales, but also automatically upsell those people who buy your books and your other offers, even your courses and things of that nature, then I want you to tag yourself in this stream today. Or if you know any published authors looking for their own websites and a better way to sell their books outside of Amazon and some of the other places where they can control the narrative more so than they want to get the Black Biz Success app and let us build their free sales funnel for them. So y'all know how we do, man. Every morning before we really dive deep into the content, we like to hit you with a quote of the day. And today's quote is a simple yet powerful one that you must understand. And if you have not already hit that share button, ladies and gentlemen, do that for me, whether you're listening to us live via Facebook or YouTube or LinkedIn, Twitter. Also, if you are listening to the actual podcast via iTunes, Stitcher, or wherever you get your favorite podcast from, make sure you share this. Make sure you leave us review and let us know if you like what you see, if you don't like what you see. I promise you will not hurt my feelings. I'm just trying to get better every single day. Today's quote says this: success is something you attract by the person you become. Success, ladies and gentlemen, is something you attract by the person you become. That is Jim Rohn. We're talking about seven-figure mindset, 11 mindset shifts that you need to scale your business to seven figures. And I heard a gentleman, and I forget his name, but I'm listening to a training on some of the features that are in the Black Biz Success app. And he said, before you can become a seven-figure entrepreneur, you got to become a seven-figure human being. And I want you to get that. In fact, put that in the notes so that resonates with your spirits. What you write in the line stays in your mind. Before you can become a seven-figure entrepreneur, you got to become a seven-figure human being. What does that really mean, Cortez? That means you have to become the type of person capable of building a seven-figure business long before you actually build it. It's called be, do, have. You got to become a millionaire long before you're able to do the things consistently necessary to build a $1 million business or $1 million investment portfolio or $1 million real estate portfolio. It's about your character. It's about your discipline. It's about your work ethic. It's about all the things that are necessary to become that which you need to become. So success is something you attract by the person you become. You become a successful person, a successful human being. You start attracting success, meaning you start to become the embodiment of discipline. You become the embodiment of perseverance, persistence, consistency. You become the embodiment of kindness and treating people right and building relationships. You have to embody those things that are necessary to make you a successful, and you're going to start attracting the things that you need to become successful. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is today's quote of the day, and that is by the great Jim Rohn, brought to you by the Black Biz Success Mastermind. For those of you who do not know, we have an amazing mastermind for the Black Biz Success app. And even if you don't have the app, this mastermind is designed to help you grow your business. It's designed to help you grow your mindset, your mentality. It's designed to put you in environments where other successful entrepreneurs are living and not only living, but they're also willing to share best practices with you. So I need you to do me a favor. Text the keyword mastermind to 314-866-4053 if you'd like the link to join our mastermind community. Text your name and keyword mastermind to 314-866-4053 if you're interested in joining our mastermind community. So let me grab this link real quick, because you guys know how I do. I like to share with you the sources of all the information that comes through this show and the things that I'm learning and doing. And some people have, of course, do you have a 7-figure business? Not yet. And I don't get a 7-figure business until I become a 7-figure human being. And how do you become a 7-figure human being? Is by studying stuff like this. So I'm going to drop this link in the comments for you guys to go check out the full article for yourself. I always say, do your own research. Don't believe anything I say. Go and do your own thing. So this is an article that I found on entrepreneur.com, one of my favorite sites for all things entrepreneurship related. But let's see, it just gives 11 things that you could do in ways that you can start thinking and shifting your mindset so that you can become a 7-figure individual. And it's when you become a 7-figure individual, you'll do the things necessary to build a 7-figure business. When I meet 6-figure entrepreneurs, they tend to have all the tactics, strategies, and information they need to scale to 7 figures and beyond. What holds them back and the vital piece they miss centers around mindset. Almost every single time, they are their biggest obstacle. Their mindset or lack of stops them from making the leap. And for a long time, this held me back as well. And this is the author speaking, Scott Oldford. Scott Oldford is the author here. So let's jump into the 11 mindset shifts that you need to make. Number 1, there are 3 types of cash that you need to be aware of when you're working in your business. There are 3 types of cash and revenue that you need to track if you want to level up and scale. Number 1 is cash generated, how much you sold. Number 2, cash collected, how much you brought in. Number 3, liability, how much it costs to deliver your products or services. So cash generated plus cash collected minus liability equal gross revenue. It's a simple equation, but it's one most entrepreneurs get wrong. They tend to focus only on cash generated, but you need to stop this and realize that what your gross revenue is, right? And the reason I give you the actual article, because they link to a related podcast that can help you with that. So understand 3 types of cash: the cash generated, cash collected, and then the gross revenue or the liability, the cost. How much does it cost you to deliver your products and or services? Number 2, you must determine your profit versus growth ratio. Profit versus growth ratio. This may sound simple, but you need to know what type of business you're growing. A profit center that grows slowly, or one that's growth oriented that doesn't make much profit but grows quickly, right? I talk a lot about the MBA method, right? And I'm not talking about a master's of business administration, but every entrepreneur must figure out their model, their brand, and have automation, right? MBA, your model, your brand, and how do you automate, right? This is talking about that. What is your model? Is your model based on growth, or is it based on profit? These are 2 different types of businesses that require different strategies and approaches, and more importantly, a different kind of mindset, right? So when you think about a growth-oriented business versus a profit center that grows slowly, your profit margin might be bigger, but it might take you longer to close the deals. You're going to grow this business slower. The growth oriented, the profits are smaller, but you have a higher volume of sales, right? So those are two different types of models, right? And if you want to really get a breakdown on that, you got to check out the Social Proof podcast where he had Myron Golden on. And David Shands is the host of the Social Proof podcast, him with Donnie Wiggins, and they have guests from time to time. And he interviewed Myron Golden, and he talked about different business models as well. So that's one worth checking out if you have not already done so. Let's see. Number 3 on this list, we're talking 11 mindset shifts, 11 things you need to wrap your mind around as an entrepreneur in order to develop a 7-figure business. Number 1 is understanding the 3 types of cash flow: cash generated, cash collected, and liability. How much does it cost for you to deliver your service? Number 2, determine your profit versus growth ratio, right? Number 3, there are 3 types of leverage for momentum. And leverage is one of my favorite words, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm all about leverage, right? There are 3 types of leverage you can use as an entrepreneur. Number 1, leveraging time. Hiring someone and delegating is a great example of leveraging time, right? Number 2, leverage money. Spending money to reduce friction of problems. You can leverage money, right? There's nothing wrong with that. I will pay someone to do, and my favorite example is I'm pretty handy, right? I've done a lot with these hands in terms of building things around the house and fixing things and that kind of stuff. I just have that knack for doing things and figuring things out. I can watch a YouTube video and go from that and build just about anything, right? And my brother-in-law would always ask me, well, Cortez, you willing to pay that much money to have someone do that, which you can do yourself? And yes, because I'm leveraging money to save time. For instance, if I was going to redo my bathroom, there's no doubt in my mind that I can do it to a certain level of professionalism. It'll look good. Everything will be functioning and all that kind of stuff. But it might take me 2 or 3 weekends to do it. That means my bathroom is ripped out and in various stages of construction for 3 weeks. Or I can spend the money and bring somebody in that can get that thing turned around in 2 days. So sometimes you got to figure, what are you working for? Am I really wanting to save money and give up my time, inconvenience my family for 3 weeks? Or will I just invest the money and just have someone come and do it within a day or 2, right? So you can leverage your time, hire someone else, delegate, or you can grab the Black Biz Success app, which will leverage your time, because it is literally like having a Salesforce and an admin team built in one platform, right? You can leverage money, spending money to reduce friction problems, or you can leverage energy, spending time or money so you don't have to think or act, right? When used properly, this allows you to create and build momentum without having to apply all of your own time and energy. This is a huge mindset shift for entrepreneurs, as it finally gets you off the 6-figure hamster wheel so you can scale to 7 figures without killing yourself. And that's huge, man. My mentor, Henry Doris, talks a lot about the average entrepreneur never makes more than $80,000 a year. And in making that $80,000 a year, they oftentimes lose their health, lose their family, lose vital relationships along the way, because they don't understand these various forms of leverage time, leverage money, leverage energy, right? So we're talking 11 mindset shifts to scale to seven figures and beyond as an entrepreneur. And, I don't even have a solid six-figure business yet, but I'm already thinking about how to scale to seven figures, right? It's funny, right? Because I can see this, and these are the things that I'm studying. It's like, okay, if this is the mindset shift that I need to start adapting to get to seven figures, I probably should start wrapping my mind around how to incorporate some of these things as I'm on my way to a solid six-figure business, right? And that's what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen. It's about continued growth. And now it's time for my favorite part of the show, where we do a segment called 1 Minute Motivation. 1 Minute Motivation is where we play a short motivational video, usually 60 to 90 seconds or so. And I want you to comment your takeaway. Let me know what you heard in this that really hit you. And I'm going to give you a couple of my takeaways as well. So let's jump into 1 Minute Motivation right here on the Cortez Hustle Show.
Pick yourself up. Dreams they should be pure. I think a lot of times, when we're born into this world, we actually wind up going backwards. And it seems like the more we mature, the more responsible our dreams become. And the more governors we put on ourselves and our ability to dream and to reimagine. And it's always a fight for us parents and, for you guys to make sure that your dreams always stay pure. And so it's not a matter of pushing beyond the limitations or expectations. It's really a matter of protecting your dreams, protecting your imagination. That's really the key. And when you do that, then the world just seems limitless. Passion came from the love for the game. I loved everything about it, like the smell of the ball.
You love the smell of the ball?
Yes, the ball. The smell of like brand new sneakers, like the sound the ball makes when it hits the ground. Yeah, the ball going through the net, like all those things I love. And so the passion comes from that, because once you have that love, you just want to be a part of this thing all the time. I think the best way to prove your value is to work, is to learn, is to absorb, to be a sponge. You always want to outwork your potential. As hard as you believe you can work harder than that.
Hoo-wee, ladies and gentlemen, that is the late great Kobe Bryant dropping some gems on us today in 1 Minute Motivation. The reason I love this is because we all just listened to the same clip, but we heard something different. So comment in the chat. What did you hear? Here's what I heard. We got to be careful about the governors that we put on ourselves, right? In our society, everybody wants to put a governor on us, right? Our school system wants to put a governor on us. Our parents, even though they love us, they put governors on us because they don't want to see us with our hearts broken. So they try to temper how we're willing to dream and things of that nature. And if you don't know what a governor is, right? If you have a sports car in the US, it might say 150 miles per hour on the dashboard. But if you go out and find you a nice straight stretch of level highway and you try to get that thing to 150 miles per hour, it won't go. Why? Because they put an internal mechanism in the vehicle while the horsepower in the engine can do 150. They've regulated it to only be able to allow you to do 100, right? If it's a mass-produced manufactured car. Now, you can take them to special places and have the governors removed. That's usually what happens to cars that are on racing tracks and things of that nature. They have no governor, right? Ladies and gentlemen, you have to remove the governors that you put on yourself, right? Or stop believing in the governors that other people have put on you. A lot of us are stuck in life only because somebody that we love and respect told us that we could only go so far. And that's as far as we're going, right? That's as far as we're going. I use the analogy of a tree and a seed, right? Versus a human being, right? Is an apple tree or is an apple seed an apple tree or is it in a seed? I like to say it's a tree because everything needed for it to become a tree is already in the seed. It just needs to be placed in the right environment. Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Everything that you need to become, whoever it is that you are destined to become, whatever it is that God put you on this planet to do, everything that you need to do that is already inside of you. It's already there. The question is, are you willing to put yourself in the right environment so that you can grow into that? Right? Talked about protecting your dreams and your imagination. I had a dream of building a multi-billion-dollar empire. Why would I let somebody tell me that a couple million should be enough for you, Cortez? Why you need $1 billion? A few million will change your life. Yeah, a few million will change my life. But I wasn't put on this earth to change my life. I was put on this earth to change millions of other people's lives. And I got to have tons of resources. And $1 billion empire allows me to change the lives that I've been put here to change. So I'm not going to let somebody tell me that I should be happy with a few $1 million. Yeah, I'm the fourth born of 6 children raised by a single mom on welfare. Hell yeah, a couple $1 million will change my life. A couple $100,000 will change my life based on where I came from. But I gotta think about the mission. Why am I here? I'm here to lead the charge and to help Black people become the #1 employers of Black people. And I start that by building an empire that first allows me to hire my sons, hire my extended family, and use that as a blueprint to teach other entrepreneurs how to scale their businesses so that they can hire other people, Black people in particular. I got to build an empire to use as an example and a blueprint on how to do it. And I see the need for $1 billion empire. So that puts me in rooms with other billionaires so that I can network it. Oh, y'all ain't feeling. Y'all ain't feeling. Don't let nobody superimpose their limitations on you, tell you what you can't do, tell you you're dreaming too big, tell you should shrink your dreams down to your budget. No, that ain't how it works. Why would I dream small when I have the ability to dream anything that I can dream in this world? Why would I limit my dream? My reality is one thing, right? I could say I want to do this, that, and the other, and I can look at my bank account and say what I could do. But if I have the ability to vision anything, come on, I'm gonna vision something small? Hell no. Hell no. Right? So sorry for going on that rant, ladies and gentlemen. That was 1 Minute Motivation right here on the Cortez Hustle Show, brought to you by the Black Biz Success app, the all-in-one sales and marketing platform for solopreneurs and small business owners. Remember, if you are a published author or you know a published author or a course creator and you're looking for a platform that you could use to sell more of your courses, this is one of the platforms that you should take a serious look at. In fact, I'm offering a $1,000 funnel build for any author or course creator that jumps on the platform. I'm going to help you build a $1,000 funnel. In our platform, I give you a dedicated business phone number with text messaging capabilities so that you can have people text you the same way that I'm going to have you text me, keyword Black, to 314-866-4053. And if you text that right now, you're going to get some messages from me right now. And you know that's not me doing that because I'm on the podcast live, right? That's the automation. That's part of the system. You need systems to help save yourself some time, energy, and money to build your business more effectively and more efficiently. And we're talking about those mindset shifts that you need to do just that. So we're talking 11 mindset shifts. I put the link to the article. Chris, I see you, my friend. Thanks for that comment. We're talking 11 mindset shifts that you need to make to scale a business to 6 and 7 figures, right? Let me just recap the first three real quick. Number one was understanding the three types of cash that you need to be tracking. You need to be tracking the cash generated, how much sold, cash collected, how much you actually brought in, liabilities, how much did it cost you to deliver the product or services, right? Cash generated plus cash collected minus liabilities equal your gross revenue. You got to track that. My mentor Brian Bean says all the time, you can't measure what you don't track, and you can't grow what you don't measure. If you want your money to grow, but you're not tracking where it's going, you're not measuring your new income streams, and that your money ain't gonna grow. You got to track. You can't measure what you don't track, and you can't grow what you don't measure, right? Number two, you must determine your profit versus growth ratio. How fast do you want to grow? And is your business model focused on growth, or is it focused on profit, right? You could have a product that has $1,000 profit margin, but you sell one or two of those a week. You can have a product that has a $10 profit margin, but you sell 50 of those a week, right? Those are two different models and two different mindsets that you need to understand. Number three, there are three types of leverage if you want to build momentum in your business. Leverage time, hire someone and delegate. Leverage money, spend money to reduce friction of problems. Leverage of energy, spending time or money so you don't have to think or act, right? That's why the Black Bear Success app is so powerful, because it allows you to literally leverage a system that functions like both an admin team, keeping your calendar full, and a sales team with sales automation built in. Number four, there are three types of assets you need. Entrepreneurs get caught up in money, but there are three assets you need to develop at all times: financial assets or profits, your relationships, personal and professional, and your audience, not just your customers, but your potential customers. This is why I do a daily podcast. I'm building an audience by leading with value, serving you in a way that gives you ideas, principles, thoughts, tools, resources, bringing in other successful entrepreneurs that will provide their insights. Why? Because I want to build an audience. I know that an audience is an asset, right? An audience is an asset, because if you have an audience, especially one that is engaging, you'll never be broke, right? I heard David Shands of the Social Proof podcast say this just yesterday. If you build an audience, you will never have to worry about money, because there will always be people willing to pay you to get in front of the audience that you've built. So there are three types of assets that you need to be building at all times. You need to be building your financial assets, that's your profits, your relationships. We've all heard it said, your network equals your net worth, right? This is why the Black Biz Success Mastermind is so critical. You're going to get to meet other Black entrepreneurs who are crushing it. And there's going to be some who are not yet crushing it, but looking to start crushing it. And you're going to find entrepreneurs on all levels. So if you have not texted the word mastermind to 314-866-4053, do that now. You're going to get a link to actually sign up for our mastermind. It's a free Facebook community, and we provide hundreds of dollars of value every single week, and coaching, training, tools, and resources that can help you scale your business, right? And then the third asset you need to be building is your audience. Your customers are part of that audience, but also your potential customers, your prospects, your following, your fan base. Listen, I don't care what business you're in, right? Gary Vaynerchuk said it best. He said, every entrepreneur needs to see, Chris, I'm sorry, that number is the one on the screen. If you text keyword mastermind to 314-866-4053 along with your name, text keyword mastermind 314-866-4053. You're going to get the link to join the Black Bear Success Mastermind, which is the official mastermind group of the Black Bear Success app. But you don't have to have the app to be in the free mastermind, right? But Gary Vaynerchuk said it best. He says every entrepreneur needs to see themselves as a media company / whatever they do, right? You need to see yourself as a media company. And a lot of entrepreneurs are missing this. And if you, as an entrepreneur, do not have a podcast, a blog, or some sort of long form YouTube or Facebook video series, you're shooting yourself in the foot, my friend. You're shooting yourself in the foot. We are in the age of media. We are in the age of information and partnership. And when you understand that we have shifted from a business community where the salesperson has all the power to a system where the consumer now has all the power, because they can go to your website, they can look at your reviews and all of that stuff, right? Well, how do you get a leg up, and how do you build a community and prospects and keep a pipeline full? Is you use media like I'm using right now to provide value first. One of the best ways to prove to someone that you could help them is to actually help them. So I lead with value. When you join the Black Bear Success Mastermind, one of the things that we do quite frequently is I give you 30 days of social media content that you can download. I train you on how to customize it so that you can then take that content and you can start posting, and you can start being the authoritative voice in your industry, right? But you got to see yourself, right? Every business is three things before you even get to sell what it is that you sell. I hope y'all get this. Matter of fact, you might want to write this down. If you're an entrepreneur in the 21st century, you are a media company, you are a tech company, and you are a relationship company before you even sell anything that you sell. Before I sell you the Black Bear Success app, I got to build a relationship with you, right? How do I build that relationship with you? By using media. And how do I get that media in front of you? Is by using technology. It's 2021 and I still hear people saying, entrepreneurs who are in business, I still hear them saying, oh, I don't do computers. Oh, I don't do that social media stuff. Like, man, you're not going to make it, my friend. Like, if you're not doing this stuff now, you about to get crushed when the metaverse rolls out and becomes fully adopted. What they're calling Web 3.0, like that version, if you're not even doing just this stuff, when that version of the internet becomes fully adopted, you talk about getting left behind, my friend. We're talking mindset shifts that you need to make if you're going to last as an entrepreneur. Number 5 on the list, and this is an article from entrepreneur.com. These are the things that I study. These are the things that I look at on a regular and consistent basis. This is the stuff that I'm reading as I'm growing and developing and laying the foundation for a multi-billion-dollar international conglomerate, right? You got to start studying and growing every day. Number 5, perfection happens when you finally let go. This is huge, right? Telling y'all, I'm talking to me. I'm just talking out loud, right? I'm talking to me. I'm just talking out loud, and I'm documenting this stuff. And a lot of people think that, Cortez, well, you do this every day, man. Yeah, I do this every day, right? Who are you talking to? really, I'm talking to myself first and foremost. I'm talking to y'all, but you know who I'm really talking to? Maybe this will light a fire under some of y'all to start taking media a little bit more seriously. You know who I'm really talking to? My great grandfather, George Buchanan, Middleton, Mississippi, was a sharecropper, and he raised his family. My great grandmother, Hattie Lou Buchanan, right by his side. And do you know how valuable it would be for me to be able to hear in his own voice how he was able to sustain in the segregated South, how he was able to own 4 or 5 acres of land, how he was able to then rent some of that land out to other folks, how he was able to be an entrepreneur. Do you understand how valuable that would be? So yes, I'm talking to me. Yes, I'm talking to you, but I'm also talking to my unborn grandchildren, because they're going to be able to go back and hear in my own voice what I did. They're going to go back and see this is episode 210, right? They're going to go back and see consistent and persistent effort in building the foundation of this is huge, right? So if you don't get in front of a video camera, if you don't record some audios or some podcasts for yourself, for your business, just think about the ability to talk to your unborn children or grandchildren or great grandchildren, right? I'm just saying, man. Perfection does not happen when you obsess over control. It happens when you finally let go. The perfectionist and control freak that help you hustle to 6 figures will not help you scale to 7 figures and beyond. You need to shift gears and become the person who lets go of control and instead empowers those around you to create the outcomes you desire and need. Wow. Right? This is what my mentor, Henry Doris, was working with me on. It's like, Cortez, at some point, brother, you can't keep doing everything in your business. At some point, you got to create some standard operating procedures so that you can pass them on to other people, so that you can start hiring some folks, so you can let them do the things that you don't like to do, and you can focus 100% of your efforts on the things that make you special. I hope y'all get that. Spend the money, spend the time, trade the equity, whatever you got to do. Bring some people in that love to do the things you hate doing, so that you can only focus on the things that you love doing and that you're already good at. I think about, I used to coach youth basketball and I train young athletes. And I remember when I learned that the average professional puts in 10,000 hours to become a pro at anything, not just basketball, not just sports. It takes roughly 10,000 hours before you to become a pro at anything. And then I started thinking, well, if it takes 10,000 hours and I put in an hour a day of training with my sons, it'll take them 27 years to get 10,000 hours in. So I started looking at, okay, well, if they put in 2 hours a day, that cuts it to 13. If they put in 4 hours a day, all right, boom, now that cuts it to 6. And the average professional athlete puts in about 4 hours a day from the time they're about 13, 14 years old. 4 hours a day in training, that gives them 10,000 hours by the time they get to sophomore year in college. Some of them do a lot more. How many hours are you putting in on your business right now? Are you putting in 4 to 6 hours a day on your business so that you can become a pro in the next 5 to 7 years? I'm just asking. I'm just asking, ladies and gentlemen. I am just asking. All right. So number six, we're talking 11 mindset shifts. This is a big one right here that I have to really come to grips with. Number six, I want y'all to put this in the comments for me so I know that y'all still with me. You cannot be loved by everybody. You cannot be loved by everybody. Listen, one of the biggest and hardest challenges for me, I'm a people pleaser. I just love to get along with everybody. I just want to be friends with everybody. I want to get along with everybody. I want everybody to like me. That ain't how you scale, right? It takes polarization. You got to stand for something. And whenever you stand for something, by default, you're standing against something else. I want y'all to get that. Whenever you stand for something, by default, you're standing against something else. Therefore, there's going to be a bunch of people who don't like you, right? If you're doing your job right, most people won't like you. If you want to scale and have a true tribe, you need to resonate with 10% of your potential market and go deep. So deep that 80% of the people won't care. With that final 10%, because your haters become your haters and your trolls, right? So connect with 10%, go deep. 80% won't care. The other 10% becomes your haters. It's not fun. Everybody won't like you. You got to deal with it. Number 7, money isn't evil, but it also isn't freedom. Interesting. Money can be scary, whether you have it or not. What happens when there's no gun to my head? What happens when I don't have to worry anymore? What happens when I have enough to finally be myself? Money is the ultimate multiplier. Those who aren't nice become worse to be around, whereas those who are become even better. Money does not set you free, but having it doesn't mean you'll become an egotistical a-hole. You get to choose who you are with or without money. Some of us got to wrap our minds around being stupid rich and being okay with it, right? Especially if you're a Christian entrepreneur. One of the things we struggle with as Christians is whether or not it's okay to have a boatload of money, right? King Solomon, the richest man of all times, he asked for wisdom, he got it, and that wisdom led to tremendous riches. I don't think he turned into a-hole because he got money. In fact, he became an even better king with his riches, right? Number 8, you never run out of problems, they just change. People think they will run out of problems when they reach the top. They will reach a level where problems become a thing of the past. Nope, doesn't work like that. Problems just change. They never go away. You always have problems. You always have challenges, but that's what causes growth. In fact, when you understand how the universe works, whenever you decide to set your mind on doing anything great, you open up the universe to give you the resources you need to pull it off. But that same universe also brings obstacles in your way to strengthen you so that you can be able to handle that which you asked for. It's critical. It's critical. You got to understand that. When I decide to build a multi-billion-dollar enterprise, right, all of the resources that I need to build that enterprise are starting to show up in my life. But at the same time, a lot of challenges are showing up in my life to see if I really want it. But those challenges are also designed to A, test my will. And as I overcome each one of them, it makes me stronger so that I can stand firm on the next level. And that next level is going to come with its own challenges. And those challenges are going to make me stronger as I overcome them so that I can stand firm on yet the next level. A lot of people see challenges and the first thing they say, oh, it must not be meant to be. No, it's meant to be. But in order for you to be, you got to overcome this challenge so that you can change and grow into the person that can stand on that next level. Number 9, your job is risk management every single day. Risk management. If any one thing within your business, whether it's finances, operations, marketing, sales, delivery, or mindset, relies on hope, you're screwed. Your job is to calculate the risk and create systems and processes to manage the risk. That's it. As a leader, your job is risk management. What are the risks? What are the rewards? What are the potential outcomes? What are the potential blowbacks and negative outcomes? Do we move forward? That's your job. Number 10, business is a long-term game. Get past the next 12 months. It doesn't matter if you're selling the business or not. Those who succeed are thinking 5 years from now. Successful entrepreneurs don't think reactive or proactive. They are in strategic mode every single day. It's a long game, y'all. I don't build a multi-billion-dollar international conglomerate in 12 months. It's a long game. Like, this is a multi-generational effort. I'm already starting to groom my sons. And when my first grandbabies are born, they're going to be groomed from the time they're born to continue to build on and run this thing from the time they're born, right? If you guys have not seen King Richard, you're talking about that 78-page plan that he had for Venus and Serena before they were born, right? When you have the vision, your grandchildren start to come into place. Right? My sons have not decided on their life mates yet, right? But I get a chance to influence that decision. I get a chance to say, hey, if you're going to have a wife that's going to love you forever, they got to understand the family business. They got to understand what we're building here. When you guys start having children together, then they got to understand that those children will play a part in this empire and the building of this dynasty. Right? It's a long game. It's a multi-generational game, right? This thing is 1,000-year plan for me. It's like it's not just a fly-by-night thing. And if that's your mentality, if that's how you see entrepreneurship, if you see entrepreneurship as anything other than a lifestyle, you're missing the boat, my friend. Entrepreneurship is a lifestyle. It's not a job. It's not a duty. It's the way we live. Right? Number 11. Your job is to think, not to do. Your job is to think. The period where you spend most of your time doing is over. The job of a 7-figure entrepreneur is to think, not to do. The fact is, you need to be the person who does very little work so you can empower those around you, your team, your customers, your peers, in a way nobody else can. You cannot do this if you're the person doing the task. Instead, you need to be the person working on your business, not stuck inside of it. Have you guys tripped off the fact that every time you saw Steve Jobs, he was in a pair of dusty jeans and a black turtleneck? You know why? He was in that same pair of jeans and turtleneck every day. because he was building a multi-billion-dollar international conglomerate. And the last thing he needed to concern his mind with was what he was going to wear for the day. So he solved that decision. He solved that problem by saying, I'm just going to put the same thing on every day. He made it easier for his staff. Hey, when this shirt comes off, wash it and put it back in my closet, iron it, whatever you got to do, and I'm putting it on tomorrow. It's easy. This is how we're going to roll. I don't want to be thinking about that when I'm thinking about bringing the world an iPod, an iPhone. I'm thinking about changing the way that we communicate. I'm thinking about building a system that is so sexy that people will stand in line for blocks and blocks and blocks every time we drop a new phone, every time we drop a new product. I can't be concerned in my mind with what I'm going to wear tomorrow. I don't got the bandwidth for that. I don't want to waste the bandwidth for that. Give me the same shirt, the same pair of jeans, and I'm going to put that on tomorrow, and I'm going to work. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's podcast. 11 mindset shifts to scale to a 7-figure business. But as we opened up in our quote of the day, success is something you attract by the person you become. You got to become a 7-figure human being before you can become a 7-figure entrepreneur. What are you doing today? All right, those of you who are here, those of you who are listening, you started on the journey because this is how you become a 7-figure entrepreneur. This is how you become a 7-figure human being, is by listening to podcasts like this. Yeah, don't listen to Earn Your Leisure podcast. That's another good one. If you don't listen to Social Proof podcast, that's another good one. If you don't listen to Inside the Vault with Ash Cash, that's another good one, man. They be bringing it. They be bringing it. I'm trying to get like those guys when I grow up. So I appreciate you guys all for tuning in. Until I talk to you guys next time, I want you to get your money up because you absolutely can do it. Don't forget, text keyword mastermind to 314-866-4053. If you want to join a good community, it's brand new. So you guys will be some of the foundational members of the Black Biz Success Mastermind, but we're building something special and want you to be a part. So get your money up because you absolutely can do it. But more importantly, you deserve to do it, each and every single one of you. Now hustle up. But you've got to overcome fear if you're going to win.
You're tuned into the Cortez Hustle Show. Please like and subscribe.